was the darkness, and you wake up in a sweat after a nightmare. And this was talked about. He said this, gosh, in 2018. So this is something that Stephen has had in his concept for a long time. So and knowing that he's a DM and has been for ages, and has a really good understanding of how MMOs work and their systems and things like that. I'm very excited to see where he goes with it, to see what the final product is. It's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's move on. I think talking about the essence for a little bit, and we can get into the gods and some of the ancients. A lot of what I would like to get to is what we started talking about this weekend, or this past weekend. Hello, Vrothmir. Welcome to the stream.
Sorry.
No need
A
to be
little bit
sorry, my
late.
friend. You're okay. So we're just getting into the origin story of Ashes to give some folks a refresher that might be watching the stream with us, and so yeah, we're just getting into some of the essence at the moment. So it's a metaphysical energy or life force. They have chi here, that can be manipulated to create what could be viewed as magic. There are different planes of existence, realms, with varying degrees of strength of magic, determined by their proximity to the essence. So it seems like the void is going to be the plane that is the furthest from being connected to the essence. Only a minute amount of essence can be found within the void, and that's where the seven sent the others and the ancients to banish them, and so they wanted to keep them as far away from this essence. And so the gods, the seven, but it's interesting. There's three. That means there's three gods that used to have access to the plane of the gods closest to the essence, and they were banished to the void. And so, what kind of power do they have in the void with only this minute amount of it? Something to consider as as the game. I think even as once the game launches, this story is going to bear a lot more fruit and a lot more points of interest. The material plane is not the highest in terms of proximity to the essence, and that's where Vera exists. And it's hard to say exactly where Sanctus is in relation to which realm, how far away. It must have been even farther than the void, maybe, if the void only has a minute amount, and Sanctus had what we're being told is that Sanctus had no magic. Something else, another layer to try and decipher. So yeah, exactly, right here. There hasn't been a definitive understanding of how many planes of existence there are, so there could be more places that the gates could possibly have access to.
Like
And
right
think
here.
like Earth, right? Who knows? But thinking along the lines of where Ashes could go after launch and what kind of expansions maybe come out. These realms. Who knows what's in store? I don't want to get too far into theory crafting at this point, but um, yeah, I think Souls acting. I think it's going to be interesting to read some of what Stephen has to say here, and then we can move on from Essence. Souls acting as conduits is a very integral component of some broader features in the storyline. If you think about Souls being a conduit for Essence, and you think of the gods as masters of the Essence, if you think of the Essence being separate from the gods, let's say they're parallel to each other,
Mm-hmm.
Essence being parallel to the gods, not connected, but parallel. One didn't create the other, but they coexist in this almost symbiotic form with one another, almost to the point where their manipulation of the essence is perfection. They can perfectly manipulate it in lesser beings, and I say lesser in a sense of their alignment or closeness to essence.